Man, testing, testing, testing. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your host, Xavier Mitchell, here at Talk with X podcast. Again, at Talk with X. Listen, guys, it's some stuff to cover. Um, I guess we should go ahead and start off with, I guess you can say the bad news, and then move on to basketball. Prayers for CJ 2K, man. Um, wow. Um, he has ALS. For those that don't know, I believe it's a type of disease that deserves your neurons, and at some point you become paralyzed. Um, if I'm not mistaken, let's check that out. Yeah, it's right here actually. Yep, ALS, commonly known as the Lou whatever disease, is a progressive fatal neurological disorder that destroys your motor neurons. So yeah, at some point, not claiming it because we're gonna pray CJ2K bounce back from this. Hopefully it's a reverse. I know about the percentages, chances of anything reversing or going against favor is small, but hey, any chance is a chance. Um, but the effects are usually uh the more it progresses the wrong way, you eventually become paralyzed. I believe so. Very unfortunate. I'm praying for his recovery. I feel like we all should pray for his recovery. Pray for anyone's recovery. Any type of sickness, we pray for anyone's recovery. But yeah, praise to CJ2K. One of the fastest players we'll ever see. One of the most explosive running backs you'll ever see. Um, yeah, and prayers to his family as well. Moving forward, guys. Morant is now a Portland Trailblazer. You guys like and comment. Let me know how you feel about that. Me, because I believe what's going to happen, the starting lineup is going to be Dame, Ja, Drew, Demi, and I forgot who their big was. But it's going to be them five. I want to like it. I do. I just don't know if I will. I have to see how it works when when it's tip off. Dame is older, coming off of an injury. Ja has been inconsistent with playing with when it started with the off the court issues, then it led to an injury. And so we gotta see how that works. Demi's probably gonna do him, I hope. Drew is going to I think Drew's gonna be fine. He's not gonna be the first option nor second option nor third option. So I think he's actually gonna be fine. Uh playing his role. I, Ma, I'm doing my podcast, okay? It's okay. I love you. Bye. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, um, I just have to see it. I have to see it for myself to believe it. I can't just automatically believe it due to names. Um, as you guys know, not all big names mean that it's gonna work. Like at all. It can actually go pretty south. Um, but it's gonna be very interesting if it does work. If it does start to connect, whew, It's gonna turn into the. It's already the Wild Wild West, but it's for sure gonna turn to the Wild Wild West. Um, this may go back to the times where you need, whew, close to 50 games just to make the playoffs. Because let's look at the locks, right? OKC's going. OKC's going back to the playoffs. They're going to be locked into the playoffs. Spurs lock into the playoffs. Um, Denver locked into the playoffs. That's three teams. Minnesota for sure locked into the playoffs. Um, Now this is where it gets a little weird, and we're going to talk about LA's moves and stuff like that. But let's look at the Lakers. With or without Bron, they're going to be in, I believe. Especially if Luka and Austin Reeves can stay healthy, they're going to be in. Um, Clippers are most likely gonna be in, depending on what kind of moves they make. Like it's gonna be multiple teams. It's for sure going to be six teams, I believe, with at least 49 games won. I believe it's gonna be at least six teams in the West with at least 49 games won. Please mark my words. Um, but yeah, we got to see what the Trailblazers look like. It's I it could be good, but I could see it really being bad with styles of play, things of that nature. I don't know. Sorry about that. Moving forward, on the flip side, the Pistons with Jalen Duren, I think he wants out. I think he wants the bag, guys. I think Jalen Duren wants to head up out of there. I think he wants the money, which is going to be very, very interesting. Um, they're talking about trading him. There were talks about him going to Sacramento. Guys, if that happens, the East is gonna start looking interesting as well. Um, that's going to be a massive upgrade from Jalen Duran to Sabonis. Sabonis can rebound just as well as Jalen Duran, except he's just better offensively. So it's a plus. He's not the worst on defense. So I mean, I think it can. It's definitely a win for Detroit if they make that move. Um, yeah, shout out to the Pistons, Cade and Sabonis. You guys, let me know how you guys like it like that. If Sabonis were to go to the Pistons, how do you guys feel about that if they do make that trade with Jalen Duran and Sabonis? You guys like and comment below. Thank you. And then you're gonna have Duran with Westbrook and crew. Now, I know you guys don't like me, or some of you guys may not like me with the comment I made about Russell Westbrook, I think like a few months ago. But I will say this: Russell Westbrook with his own team on the West, I could see him averaging maybe 18 and 10. He doesn't suck. He may not be the same. I just don't think he has a winning basketball. But I could definitely see Russell Westbrook turn the clock back a little bit, and I'm not gonna say average a triple double the whole season, but I can see him as a 2010 or 2011 guy with points and assists. Maybe throw in like four, like six rebounds. He still has a great motor. He can still finish at the rim. That's not gonna change. So yeah, that'll be interesting. They're not gonna be contenders or anything. I just think they'll be a little bit excited. It'll be something to watch. It'll be something to watch. Definitely something to watch. Let's see, any other trades? Any other trades? Oh, trade talks, trade talks. My Lakers. So, Lakers and Warriors. So I guess it's not really my Lakers, it's more of the Warriors. Warriors are thinking about, well, Draymond Green opted out of his contract so they can have cap room, which will land or could possibly land Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So the lineup will be Steph Curry, doesn't matter who's at the two, LeBron James, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis. Now, and before I go ahead, you guys like and comment and let me know how you feel about that. Now, this will be interesting because Anthony Davis has preached more than enough times he does not want to play the center position. So if you're telling me Draymond's coming off the bench and they're gonna plug in a center there, okay, you got me. Cool. But if Draymond is trying to play alongside Anthony Davis, he does not want to play the center position. Anthony Davis's best years are when he's playing the four, not the five. He has preached time and time again he does not want to play the center position. He wants to play the four. So if the Warriors make that type of move and get LeBron James and get Anthony Davis, they got to figure something out because he doesn't want to play the five. Unless he just sucks it up and, deals with it for the season, which would be good for the Warriors because there's no center that can guard them. Just food for thought though. Like we gotta think about reality. Would that be cool to see? Yes. But we gotta think about what history speaks on as well. That's not something he wants to do. You know? So yeah. Um but if that happens and you get LeBron James and Steph Curry on the same side, that is going to ruffle some feathers. Listen, are they who they once were? No. But here's the thing. LeBron James averaged 21 points last season. It's not bad. Curry was getting triple teamed and quadruple teamed all of last year and getting the worst calls ever, the worst no calls ever. And you have Anthony Davis. You got to guard one of them. You can't always double Steph because AD is going to kill you. And yes, Anthony Davis is going to kill you if you do not take him seriously. And I could go on the limb and say, even if you take him seriously, if you're not, I'm not gonna lie, if you're not Wimby, you're not guarding them. There's not a single player in the NBA besides maybe Wimby that can actually guard Anthony Davis. That can make him second guess what he's about to do. There's not a single person ever. There's not a single person in the league outside of Wimby that can make Anthony Davis second guess himself. When it's just his mind. When Anthony Davis steps on the court and says, "You guys can't guard me," he's one player. I said this before on this podcast. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Nothing you can do. Simple. There's nothing you can do about it. This is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. I forgot all about the Rockets too. That's if Katie gets his mind right. He wants to still play with them. But yeah, guys, this is going to be a very interesting season. Uh, of course, trade talks still aren't done. That's why I have my phone on me because if there's breaking news while I'm on this podcast, I want to be the first to tell you. You know what I'm saying? With whatever's going on. We've gone over trade talks. We've gone over what's been finalized. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. Um, whew, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know if I was able to talk about it yesterday, But the Charlotte Hornets, when they traded off Lamelo Ball, I think they're gonna have a pretty decent starting five. Maybe not rumbling like ground shaking. Nas Reed, there's gonna be a Nas world. There's gonna be Knipper world. I think actually I did. I think I did talk about this. I think I did. Whatever. Regardless, is I still gonna give them props. I think they're gonna be an interesting team. Um, moving forward with an interesting topic. Um, is gonna be dealing with relations again. I have to ask on both parts, ladies, gentlemen. How did you know that your partner was the one? And you guys can like and comment on that. Um, your answers. I don't have a significant other right now, so but I've of course I've had relationships in the past. Um, to me, there's certain signals that pop that stand out to me. How do I know a girl is the one? If they can actually have a conversation. You can have a conversation. Doesn't matter what it's about. I feel like that is a great plus. I love that. I love that you know how to talk. I know that you know how to use your words. Because it's a lot of people that don't know how to talk. That don't know how to actually carry a conversation. Um, I love girls that are different. That love to do their own thing. I love when girls challenge me. Challenge me to be better. I love when girls aren't always negative. Those are the things that for me signal the one, I guess. Um, being able to speak, talk out each other's feelings without offending. Not saying that it's not going to happen because people are going to feel how they feel in certain situations, but it shouldn't be a thing all the time to where you have to keep walking on eggshells. It shouldn't always be a thing. Um, I do believe that, and said this I've talked about this on this podcast. Simple communication can ex- can terminate a lot of the extra feelings of delivery. So if you know me long enough and you know that I don't mean it that way, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, that I'm here to protect you, we'll be able to um, have more lengthy conversations. We'll be able to solve more problems together, rule the world together that you may have. Um, but yeah, it's gonna like I love when girls always have great spirit. I love when girls know how to speak life into something. I love when girls know when's a good time and when's not a good time. You know, um, in turn, like being self-aware. Because one thing women are gonna do, a lot of women, they're gonna try to get that point across. And I really do respect the ones that know when not to, when it's just not worth it. And the same thing with fellas. We gotta learn how to do that too, because fellas, we would do that. We were like, I gotta get this off. No, you don't. You don't always have to get that off. Sometimes it's best to keep quiet. Sometimes it's safer to be quiet than voicing out something that can be destructive. Don't make it worse than what it has to be. You don't always have to get the last say so. Sometimes it's better to just eat it, leave it alone. And then the next day, when, especially if it's an argument, when you guys are both more level headed. Hey, sweetheart, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really feeling that remark yesterday. Simple stuff. But I love when girls can be more open minded and have an ear for that, right? Um, as you guys know, I do like women that are a little crazy. Jesus have mercy. Get another phone call. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, ma'am. Are you busy? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm gonna call you when I'm done. Okay. Um, sorry, that was my best friend of mine. But yeah, it's not everything is meant for you to just get out and get off your chest. It's okay. It's okay. Um, but the crazy thing, I'm sorry, that's where I was at. Crazy. So last week I went to my hometown, Greenville. I'm from Greenville, North Carolina, and I went to go see my parents. It was my stepdad's birthday, and my granddad just so happened to be around. So my granddad told us that he was that my grand he told us that there were women that always told my grandma to not mess with him, right? Like, and she even confirmed it. She was like, "Yeah, these girls told me that I talked to him." Da 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 da. Da. I'm like, so I mean, how are we here then, right? My granddad then said that he knew about that, but one day my grandma got upset with him and threw something at his window, and then I think it shattered or it cracked the window or something like that. He then said that made him want my grandma more, was how aggressive she was with her reaction. And you know what? I'm following his footsteps. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, man. Call me toxic. Call me what you want. When girls be like, who you talking to? And I'm like, man, watch out. In the back, I'm like, mad bae, you really upset with me? You really care like that for real? Like, whole time in front, like, man, you tripping, man? Stop. Yeah, yeah. But you guys let me know what what gets you guys going with your significant other, or what's your, like, whenever you see a girl, what's the one thing that wins you over. But we're gonna wrap this up. It's gonna be a little short, of course, due to sports. Wasn't a lot of sports to talk about. Most likely gonna be a longer episode tomorrow. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. I really love you guys. Uh, shoot, I hope I even give you guys even more exciting news tomorrow. But this is at Talk with X. This is your host at Xavier Mitchell. Again, Xavier Mitchell. My Instagram is X underscore underscore Uchia, X underscore underscore UCHIHA. Again, at X underscore underscore UCHIHA. Really love doing this. Really love communing with you guys. Promise next one's probably going to be even a bigger banger. You guys have a blessed day.